Hello everyone, welcome to VVLSI Design lecture number 29G. Today's topic will be NORA logic or NP CMOS logic. So basically NORA logic was introduced to overcome the cascading problem or the race condition observed in the dynamic CMOS logic. It's an improved version of your domino CMOS logic. And it will not require a static inverter attached at its output of dynamic gate. So let us check its general structure. So this is how a NORA logic looks like. So the first stage is my NMOS dynamic logic, same to my NMOS dynamic logic. So we have a pre-charge transistor named as MP1. We have an evaluation transistor named as MN1, which is the NMOS, and we have the NMOS logic. Okay, the NMOS pull down network, whatever we want to call it. And at the output, we have a capacitive load, which is C1. Across the voltage of the first stage is my V1. And we have a clock given to the gate terminal of MP1 and MN1. Okay, so this is my NMOS dynamic logic. Now this is feeded to the PMOS dynamic logic. Now we have never encountered PMOS dynamic logic. Now in PMOS dynamic logic, we have applied clock bar. Okay, and this is called as MP2, and we have MN2. So this MN2 is called as pre-discharge transistor. We have a different role for this MN2, which will be clear when we'll explain this. But this is what we used to call it. So the output of the first stage is connected to the first input of my PMOS logic. Now PMOS logic will consist of only PMOS transistors. Okay, and the output is taken from down. Here in the NMOS logic, output was taken from the pre-charge transistor drain terminal. Here the output is taken from the drain terminal of my NMOS pre-discharge transistor MN2. So be careful about where the output is taken from. So here again we have a capacitive load named as C2, and the output of the second stage we call it as V2. Now this V2 is applied to the last input of my NMOS logic. Again the next stage is my NMOS dynamic logic. Okay, so again my input is my all the inputs are over here in the NMOS logic are made up of NMOS transistors. Okay, and we have connected the clock to MP3 and MN3 gate terminal. And finally we have the output capacitive load, which is C out, and the output across it is V out. Okay, and here also we have connected a static CMOS inverter for connecting to the next NMOS stage, over here to the next PMOS stage. So here the speciality is as follows: whenever the clock is 0, all the NMOS stages pre-charges and all the PMOS stages pre-discharges. I'll explain you what do you mean by pre-discharges. And when the clock is 1, all the stages evaluate. Again, when the clock is 0, NMOS stages will pre-discharge and pre-charge, sorry, and the PMOS stages will be pre-discharge. Okay, and again when the clock is 1, all the stages will evaluate. So let us consider one example, and then we can concretely decide what we are actually saying. So for the first stage, we have a NMOS dynamic logic where we have a and we have a NAND gate implementation of it. We have two transistors in the NMOS logic A and B, with the input A and B named as MA and MB. And the output of the first stage is connected to the input over here. So we have over here two transistors, PMOS transistors connected in parallel. So MX1 and MC, and output is taken from down bottom. And we have C2 capacitor and V2. So this output V2 output of the second stage is fed to the bottom of my NMOS logic gate. Okay, so here we have MX2 transistor whose input is taken from V2, that is the previous stage, and we have the transistor input transistor MD with the input D, and these two are connected in series. And we have the clock and the clock bar connected alternatively. So the clock is being connected to the gate terminals of MP1 and MP3, and gate terminal of MN1 and MN3, and the clock bar is connected to the gate terminal of MP2 and MN2 respectively. And the output we have across the capacitor C out over here. So we have this NORA logic, NP logic. So first is the NMOS dynamic stage, followed by the PMOS dynamic stage, again it is followed by the NMOS dynamic stage. So let us consider some examples. So let us consider when the clock is 1. Okay. So yeah, first we'll consider when the clock is 0. Yeah. So whenever the clock is 0, so irrespective of the inputs A and B, my transistor, my PMOS transistor MP1 will be on. Okay. So the capacitor C1 will pre-charge the output V1 towards VDD. So V1 will be VDD. Okay. Whenever the clock is 0. Now V1 VDD is applied to the gate of your MX1 transistor. So what will happen? MX1 transistor will be off. It's a PMOS transistor. We cannot apply a VDD. It will turn it off. But now we have applied clock bar. So clock bar means if clock is 0, clock bar will be 1. So if you apply 1 to it, my MP2 transistor will be off and my MN2 transistor will be on. Now why MN2 is called as the pre-discharge transistor? Because whenever we apply this 1, my output node will be discharged towards the ground. So that means my C2 will be discharging this V2 voltage towards the ground via this MN2. And when it happens, whenever the clock is 0, whenever we are in the pre-charge stage. Okay, so that is why this is called as a pre-discharge transistor. Okay, MN2, it pre-discharges its output node towards the ground. Now this V2 is 0 volt that has been applied to the input to the MX2. So MX2 transistor will be off. It doesn't matter because the clock is 0. So it doesn't matter what are the inputs are. My MP3 transistor will be on and it will pull the output voltage towards the VDD. So in this scenario, my first stage output is VDD and my third stage output is VDD. All my NMOS dynamic logic stage outputs are VDD. All my PMOS dynamic logic stage output are 0. So this is what happens when we are having clock 0. So during the pre-charge phase, all my NMOS dynamic logic pre-charges, all my PMOS dynamic logic pre-discharges. So that is what the meaning is. Now let us consider the case when the clock is 1. And let us say all the logics, all the NMOS and PMOS logics are active. So that means what? When the clock is 1, your MP1 is off, MN1 is on. Let's say A and B inputs are also 1 and 1. So your C1 capacitor discharges to the ground via MA, MB and MN1. That means my V1 voltage will become 0 volt. Now this V1 voltage is applied as an input to MX1 transistor. Okay, so that means this MX1 PMOS transistor is on. Also C input is 0, so MC transistor is also on. That will only means that the clock bar is now 0. So MN2 transistor will be off and MP2 will be on. Now the C2 capacitor can charge towards VDD via MX2, MP2 towards VDD, or it can charge towards VDD via MC and MP2 transistor. So we have two parts over here wherein the output of the second stage can charge towards VDD. So hence V2 will be VDD. Now this V2 VDD is applied as one of the input to the next stage gate. So here we have MX2 being applied to logic 1. So MX2 will be on. Also input D transistor, input to the transistor MD is also 1. That means both MD and MX2 are on and the clock is 1. When the clock is 1 over here, MP3 transistor is off, MN3 transistor is on, and hence the output node C, the capacitor C out, discharges the output node via the transistor MD, MX2 and MN3 towards the ground. Hence my output V out will be 0. So in this case, all the stages evaluate. Okay, so that means my NMOS dynamic logic, here in this case, my V1 will be 0 volt, my PMOS dynamic logic output V2 will be VDD, and my NMOS dynamic logic V out will be equal to 0 volt. So this is one of the possibilities. In this case, the output of the NMOS dynamic logic conditionally discharges. Okay. Again, the output of my PMOS dynamic logic also conditionally discharges or charges, we can say. And for the NMOS dynamic logic, again, output conditionally discharges towards the ground. And what it depends upon? It depends upon whether A or B are 0 or 1. Here also. Okay. So this is the working of your NORA logic. So whenever they ask this topic for 10 marks, you can explain the case when the clock is equal to 0, the clock is equal to 1, and yeah, all those cases we can explain. Okay. And here it solves the cascading problem of your dy- dynamic CMOS logic. Okay. So here it is. In short, when the clock is 0, the output node of your PMOS dynamic logic are pre-discharged to the ground through the NMOS pre-discharge transistor. And whenever the clock makes a 0 to 1 transition, clock bar makes a 1 to 0 transition simultaneously. So all the cascaded PMOS and the NMOS dynamic logic evaluate one after the other, much like the domino logic. Hence, the no race or the cascading issue existing in the no race condition or the cascading issue exist in the NORA logic. Okay, so let's see some of the properties of this NORA logic. In the NORA logic, the static CMOS inverter is not required at the output of every dynamic logic state. So that's an advantage, cut down in the number of transistors. Output of NORA logic are compatible with the domino CMOS logic. That is true. NORA logic will allow pipeline system architecture. Okay, that's an advantage. NORA logic also suffers from your charge leakage and charge sharing. It is not immune to that. So to overcome the charge sharing and charge leakage in the NORA logic, there is something called as zipper CMOS logic. Okay, zipper CMOS logic can be used to overcome the charge sharing and the charge leakage problem in the NORA logic. NORA logic is not often used for the simple reason that we have a lot of PMOS transistors to make the PMOS logic block, and there will be a delay. Delay will be very large for PMOS transistor since the mobility in the PMOS transistor is very small. Hence the delay will be large. Hence the NORA logic is not often used, and NORA logic will suffer from the latency problem. The signal has to wait for a long time to do its job. So it suffers from latency problem. It has a long delay because we have a PMOS transistor block, and it has a charge sharing and charge leakage problem, which will be overcome in the zipper CMOS logic. So I think that will be all for today's session. We have covered today the NORA logic general structure, and we have seen with an example how does it work when the clock is equal to 0 and when the clock is equal to 1. So that will be all for today. And next time we will start with the zipper CMOS logic, which is the advanced version of your NORA logic. So that is all for today. Thank you for joining. Have a good day.